What is up, guys? Charlene back with another video. It's been a couple of days since I've dropped a YouTube video. I've been focusing on my course, which is now out. I'll check the link in my bio for that. So this video I want to talk about basically a trader, like what makes a real trader, like what is a real trader's mindset, right? Got my little cheat sheet to talk about it. Like, I guess the first thing I want to talk about is basically like the false facade of what people think Forex really is. Like, I get a lot of people in my inbox saying stuff like, oh, Charlene, you know, how much do I need to get started? How much did you start with? What's the most amount of money that you've made? And this, that, and this, that. And I can tell you right now that those people, like, I can tell you that those people are the people that are probably not gonna succeed with Forex, because they're too focused on the money. They're too focused on the money because, yes, the money aspect is the most alluring part about it, but sometimes they don't realize what it takes to get there and how hard it was to get there. Like, people only see like your highlight and how well you're doing now, but they didn't see the hard times. They didn't see, you know, how you were when you blew an account. They didn't see how you were struggling to understand the concept of trading or a specific concept of trading. You know, they weren't there to see all of that. So to them, it's like, oh, all I gotta do is push a few buttons on my phone and it's easy. I'm just gonna make money. And if I see my friend doing it, I think I could do it too. There's nothing wrong with thinking that you can't do it too. Anybody could do it, but don't get the wrong idea about what it is. And don't let all the good times and the flashiness of it make you think that, and you know, it's so easy that, you know, you can just throw a little money at it and you're gonna be good. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so the people that are too focused on the financial aspect of it are the ones that eventually are just gonna end up quitting, because they're gonna see that how hard it is to actually make the kind of money that they see other people making from it. And if they're not true traders and they don't stick with it, then they're gonna end up just quitting. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about mostly is like risk management. A lot of traders today look at risk management like it is the most important aspect of trading, but to me, risk management is in direct proportion to a person's skill level. Okay, if you have experience and skill at a certain activity, then the risk level of you probably failing at it is low compared to somebody who isn't as experienced or knowledgeable at it. You know what I'm saying? If you take a math course and you have somebody that's been, you know, studying math for their whole life, and then you have someone that just started yesterday, obviously you're going to bet on the person that's been studying for a long time rather than the person that just started yesterday, all because of experience. So to me, risk management comes with experience, and the facade that people put on Instagram and Facebook about you know, the money that you can make at Forex and not looking at risk management, basically people misconstrue that also. Okay, so if you focus like too much on the money, like you lose the whole point of it. Okay, it's not about the money. The money is basically a byproduct of trading. The better you get at it, the more you'll make. That's just how it goes. That's just the bottom line. That's just a fact about Forex. And it doesn't matter how good you are, you can still lose. You can still lose it. You can do everything right, follow your trading plan down to the T, and still lose a trade. But it's about how you manage that trade and how you bounce back, and not letting that past loss affect your future trade. Okay? So that's with risk management. And also with some people, like, they rush the process with trading. Like, they don't want to take the time, like put in the time to actually study, to actually put in the chart time and the dedication that it takes to learn how to trade. They think that, you know, you put 2 weeks into it or 3 or 4 months and you're good to go. I don't know anybody that learned trading in a few months. Like, it takes time. It takes time. Now, learning the basics of it, terminology, you know, the little intricate details of it, those are easy to comprehend right away. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, to an actual plan, an actual strategy that you know is going to work, that's consistent, that's been tried and tested, and you know it works for you, and you understand it well enough, those are the things that take time and take consistency and practice and confidence. A lot of confidence. A lot of trading has to do with confidence. If you have a lot of confidence in yourself, you will be a good trader, because once you learn the craft, you'll be able to be confident in executing what you know. And that's the problem that a lot of people have today in trading, is they're so afraid of losing that they don't even execute. They just kind of linger and watch the trade passing by, and then wonder, oh, I should have did it, I should have took the trade, I should have did that, whatever. But they didn't do it. People like that usually are not meant to be traders, because with trading comes a lot of risk. You got to be comfortable with taking risk, because that's the only way you're going to profit in the market. Okay. Next thing is like basically emotion. Dealing with emotion in trading is like, me as a female trader, I could say it's been an emotional roller coaster for me, because I'm a woman and I'm a Cancer, and we're emotional creatures, right? So if you are good at getting a handle on your emotions, then you will be good at trading, because a lot of trading, a lot of what goes into trading has to do with emotion, because taking loss, handling that loss in a good way has to do with emotion. How you choose to deal with losing a large amount of money, or spending, a lot of time into something, and you don't see anything coming of it. You don't see any fruits of your labor kind of coming to fruition. You're not getting anything out of it. It's just taking loss after loss after loss after loss. Spending hours, days studying and not understanding a specific topic. It takes a lot of emotion out of it. It's a lot of like heart, basically. It takes a lot of heart for you to push through and maintain your motivation, for you to stay, excited that and knowing and having confidence that someday your breakthrough is going to come. Someday it's going to happen for you. And every trader has that moment where everything just kind of clicks. Everything comes together, and eventually you'll find consistency and go from there. So emotions, if you're able to control your emotions and not just focus on the money aspect of it too much, and just see it as a means to an end, then you'll be able to handle the process, handle the journey a little more, because trading is definitely not a sprint. It's a journey. You're always learning. You're always a student. The market is always changing, so you have to constantly adapt. You got to kind of change up what you see, change up your style every once in a while. So you have to just be able to control your emotions, because some days are going to be good and some days are going to be bad. And that's just a part of life, period. Every day is not going to be good. Every day is not going to be, roses and sunshine. You're going to have hurricanes and rainy days. But you got to take those rainy days as well as you take the sunny days. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, getting used to losing. That's a big one, okay? For me, when on your journey as a trader, you're going to make it when you become numb to losses. When you take a L and you don't even feel anything, you don't care, it doesn't matter how big it was. It's like, you don't even care. That's how you know you're going to make it as a trader, because you have to be numb to losses, because losses are going to happen. A lot of traders don't show their losses very much, but everybody takes L's. Everybody takes L's. You could follow your plan to the T, follow everything you've been doing on your trading plan, and still lose a trade. It doesn't mean it was a bad trade or you did anything wrong. It just means it wasn't your day. The market wasn't on your side that day. But every other time you do it, it works. So being accustomed to losing and being okay with losing means you're going to be successful with trading, because it comes with the territory. As long as you win more than you lose, and you remain profitable, then you can say, okay, I'm doing all right. But when you get to a point where you're just taking L after L after L, then you need to step back. You got to step back, take a break. If there's something going on in your life, home life is a wreck, or your finances are messed up, or you have issues in your relationship, whatever it is, those are the worst times to trade, because you're not focused, your mind is not clear, you're not thinking clearly. So that will affect your trading, and it's not worth it to even be in the market when you're feeling like that, because you're only going to lose money. You're only going to lose money. So it's not worth it to do that to yourself. So if you can get used to losing and be okay with it, listen, man, you're going to be just fine. Just fine. I remember the day when I took a big ass L and I was like, okay, on to the next, you know what I'm saying? And when I was taking back to back L's, I didn't even flinch. I didn't even blink. Even when I blown accounts, even not just L's, like blown account L's type shit. And I was like, all right, how much I got to put in my account again to restart it? You know, how much do I need to do that? What do I got to change? You know, what do I have to do now? It's just that. It's just, you have to be okay with losing, period. You got to be okay with going through bad days to get over that hump, to get to the better days, okay? Next thing I wanted to talk about is, man, okay, let me tell you something. If you want to do Forex, if you are interested in Forex, if you are mesmerized by the money you can make in Forex, which you probably are, let me tell you something. Forex is not cheap. Forex is expensive as shit, okay? You are going to spend a ton of money before you see any of it back. You will see it back if you stick with it. But throughout that journey of learning, months, years even, if it takes you that long, because everybody's journey is different, you are going to blow a lot of money. When I say blow, I mean blow. I mean blow accounts. I mean buying courses. I mean taking, paying for tutoring, paying for mentoring, paying for help. All of these things play a part in Forex. You cannot learn Forex and be cheap. You cannot learn Forex and be like, oh, well, I'm going to start with $5 and turn it into, $10,000 in 2 weeks. No. Like, you're in a fantasy land. It doesn't work that way. It's never, ever going to happen that way. So for people that my course just came out, I put it at $4.99, right? And I have people inboxing me like, oh, man, Charlene, I want to buy it, but it's too high. Why'd you make it so high? And I'm like, what are you talking about? First of all, the money that you probably already blown in the market probably dwarfs my course price. Like, for sure. And if you think that you want to take the easy way out and say, okay, nah, I'm going to go look for a little $20, $30, $40 course online, or I'm going to go on YouTube, or I'm going to just scroll around on Instagram and see what I can find for free, you're going to have a hard time learning how to trade. You're not going to make any money anytime soon. And if you do it, it's not going to be shit, because you have to invest the money. You have to look at Forex like it's school, like it's college. And the fees that you're paying for courses, the money you spend on blown accounts, all that is your tuition. All that is the price you have to pay to get to the golden goose, the golden egg, if you will. Okay, so if you think you're gonna be cheap and you got money problems and I know times are hard, we're in an epidemic right now, or a pandemic, whatever it is, and you just don't have the money to invest, then you got to take a breather. Take a breather, learn what you can online for free, and then when you do have the money, buy a course. Buy a course, because buying a course, first of all, it's an investment into your education, number one, and where you want to go with Forex, number one. And number two, you have to look at it as, I'm buying a course from someone who's teaching me step by step by step in a structured manner everything I need to know about what I'm trying to do with Forex. So you have to see it as, this person has made mistakes. This person has been through the ringer. This person has gone through all the things I will go through on my journey. But if I can avoid some of that, if I can slice my learning curve in half by learning from this person's mistakes, then why not do that? Why not pay whatever fee it is? Because in the long run, that fee is going to be way smaller than what you're going to end up spending if you don't get a course, number one. And number two, when you learn the craft and you understand trading, you're going to make that back 10 times, 20 times over. You're going to make it back. So that's why I don't really have sympathy for people that cry about courses and not having the money to invest in Forex, because they don't want it bad enough. They don't want it, because if they knew how good it can be for them, they would find it. They're going to find it and not be cheap about it. They're going to do what it takes. If somebody said to you, hey, I know I have $1 million waiting for you over there, but you got to find a ride over there that's 5 G's for you to get to that $1 million. They're going to go to the ends of the earth to find that $5,000 so they can get to that $1 million. That's how you got to look at Forex. You got to look at it as, okay, I gotta sacrifice for now. I gotta spend some money right now, put in the time and the effort, and eventually I will get to that $1 million. I will get to that golden goose. So people just don't see it that way. They kind of look at it like, you know, there's so much on the internet. It's easy for them to find things online, and it's going to be simple, easy peasy. Nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing worth having comes easy, okay? So I think that was all like I wanted to talk about on this video today. You know, confidence, I already talked about that, with emotion, learning it, mastering it. And just lastly, I'll just say this, lastly, and then I'll finish it, okay? Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody learns differently. So just because you see one person struggling or even doing well with it doesn't mean you're going to have the same experience with Forex. So understand that if you do decide to take on Forex and you want to study and you want to learn from somebody, actually put in the effort and don't judge how you're doing against somebody else. Just stick with what you know, with what you're doing. Focus on your own progress. Focus on getting better every day at it. And the less you compare yourself to other people, the less you focus on the money, the less you focus on the emotional part about it, the less you focus on the money or the psychological part of it that really hinders people, the less you focus on all those things and you just focus on the end game, the end result, you will succeed with Forex. I promise you, you will succeed, because along my journey, when I was doing this Forex game, all I thought of was that feeling of accomplishment. That feeling that I never gave up, that feeling that I knew I could do it if I just tried hard enough. And if I put in the right amount of effort, then I was going to have whatever I wanted. That applies to anything in life. You put in the right amount of effort and you go after it, eventually something's going to give. Eventually the universe is going to shift and bring you whatever it is you want, because you wanted it bad enough and you put in the time and the effort. So be patient with yourself, invest the money, buy a course, get a mentor. Don't focus on losses. Don't focus on emotions. Don't focus on Instagram or money or none of that shit. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your own progress. And do not give up, and understand that everybody's journey is different. Okay? So that's my video for today, guys. If you got some value out of it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Share it for me. If you haven't seen my site yet, my course has been released. It was released last night. If you're watching it in August, what's today, the 12th, 13th, I think, 14th, something like that. But it is released. The link is below in the description box. We'll be trying to come out with another video in the next few days. But you guys be good, be safe, and I will see you guys on the next trade.